Hi crafty friends, today I'm going to share you a tutorial on how to make this easel carousel card. Now it's very simple, let's get started. So to start with we need 2 pieces of real red cardstock. The large piece measures 5 inches by 10 inches and the smaller one measures 5.5 inches by 5. Both of these pieces are scored at 5 inches on the long side. Now we just fold along our score lines and burnish that with our bone folder. Now to decorate our cardstock, I have 2 pieces of Whisper White and these measure 4 3/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. One of these will be the inside panel, so I'm going to stamp that one first. So I'm going to stamp this one in Rich Razzleberry and I'm going to stamp it slightly in the center but slightly towards the bottom. Then I'm going to take the streamers from Balloon Adventures and that piece I'm going to stamp in Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to place a few streamers around the carousel, the Ferris wheel actually. There we go, that can go off to the side. While I've got this stamp out, I'm going to do the same thing to the other piece. Now I'm going to stamp my tent and I'm going to use the big top stamp from Carousel Birthday. And I'm going to stamp this one in real red. Now I've made a couple of masts, just simple ones, using post-it notes. And I'm going to place these over my big top tents and then stamping once in the middle. And now I'm going to stamp off and again and stamp off and again. Now using a scrap of Whisper White, so using my markers to colour my stamp, I always start with the lighter one first. And this is Daffodil Delight. And then I just go darker depending on the colours. So this one here is Rich Razzleberry. Don't forget to huff. And stamp. So I've trimmed this down to 1 inch wide, and using our triple banner punch, I'm going to trim the ends of these, and then using a 1.5 inch wide strip of the Rich Razzleberry, and then I'm just going to glue this down. So I've glued my 1 inch strip down so that I can see my white when I pop the Rich Razzleberry in place. Now to finish off my banner, I'm going to take a 1/2 inch strip using a few dimensionals on the back. Then I can just trim that down. So there's our sentiment. And just to finish off the inside here, I have a few of the die cuts from the Up and Away Thinlits, and I've just cut them out in Daffodil Delight and Rich Razzleberry. So I'll put these down first. And then just a small foam dimensional on the back of these. One last item before we put our card together. So this is the spinner that I have made for my card. So this is using the horse stamp from Carousel Birthday. What I've done is I have stamped that in archival black and coloured that with the watercolour pencils. But what I've done is I have gone over this with my fine tipped glue pen. Now that gives the horse a shimmer, a sheen. And I have put our fine gold thread, sandwiched it in between using glue dots. So to put our card together, what we need to do is take off these masks. Now on the 10-inch long piece, this is going to go on here. But I'm just going to pop a temporary, just a tiny glue dot just to hold it in place, and I'm going to center that there. Now using our layering circles framelits, I'm going to place that in the middle and I'm just going to cut that out. And we can remove that piece. Now to add a extra element to the front, I'm going to take the coordinating scallop circle from the same die set, and I'm just going to cut out the white piece. So now to add the spinning panel in, we're going to lay our Whisper White front panel down and center that onto your grid paper. Now taking our spinning element, lay that down in the center and stretch your string nice and tight. Now I work one end at a time. So I'm going to cut this here, and then I'm just going to fold this back on itself and go over that again. And do exactly the same to the other side. Press that down into the fast fuse. Trim off the excess and fold it back onto itself. And then just go over that again with the fast fuse. Now just add your adhesive all the way around. And then we're going to layer this onto the card front. Grab your bone folder and just burnish in that string nice and tight. So to finish constructing our card, place adhesive down on your 1/2 inch piece and lay your card down onto that. Now this panel, so when your card is out like this panel is going to go down on here. And our sentiment, which we prepared, just sits on the end here. So when your card is sitting, this is what you have. And for mailing, it just simply folds flat. So you could decorate this. I'm going to make a belly band and I'll show you that at the end. Until next time, guys, stay crafty. Bye.